We drive a lot of great cars here at Autoblog, and today we're bringing you the best and the worst cars that we test drove in 2017. Headlining the list is the Lexus LC500, a beautiful car. It's got the spindle grille up front and then a lot of curves and creases on the side. Really attractive. It's powerful, it's engaging, but it's also pretty comfortable. One of our senior editors actually used this Lexus to pick up his son at daycare. He was able to wedge a rear-facing car seat into the back seat without too much trouble. So I think that speaks to the versatility, and that's one of the reasons this Lexus LC500 is on our list. I've got to highlight a sport utility vehicle, the Jeep Wrangler. This isn't like those old military Jeeps that you might remember. This is all new for 2018. New platform, slightly new looks, although you're going to know this is a Wrangler. It's got LED headlights, they're beautiful. The interior is completely upgraded. Tons of new powertrains. So if you're really into off-roading, you're going to really like the new Wrangler. The third car I'd like to highlight is the Porsche 911 GTS. So much fun to drive. It'll cost you $129,000, but it's 450 horsepower, so it's very capable. The one we drove was bright red with black accents. It was everything you imagine when you drive the iconic 911. Sporty, engaging, powerful, but it's also pretty functional. I was able to wedge some golf clubs in the back of it, which is surprising. Almost every editor that drove this thing was completely taken with it. When you drive the 911 GTS, you can't help but think, wow, this is really mind-blowing, and it's a lot of fun, of course. There's one more car that we've got to mention, but you can't actually buy it because it's sold out. And it costs $450,000. That's the Ford GT. So much fun to drive. It goes back to the great Le Mans race cars of the 1960s. It just brings all of that heritage and really reinforces Ford's technological prowess in a modern age. Not everything we drove in 2017 was good. I want to qualify this by saying most cars in 2017 are reliable, safe, and decent purchases. But some of the things we drove, we just didn't like for a lot of different reasons. Leading the list was the Fiat 500X. This is a car that, while fairly reasonably priced, it just was not comfortable. The interior was tight, the steering wheel was kind of in the wrong position. You just did not fit in this car well, and that was an issue. Also, some of the plastics and materials we thought were a little bit cheap, and the infotainment system just kept resetting itself. Also on the list was the LARAMIE Longhorn SOUTHFORK. That is a mouthful, but to cut it down, we thought this truck was tacky. Reason being, it had lots of embroidery, there were belt buckles, saddlebags, and it just was not quite the right look when you consider it added several $1,000s to the price tag. Now, Western can be awesome for trucks, it makes sense, but the harshest critic actually is an editor who grew up on a ranch, he grew up on a farm. He knows how good that style can look, and frankly, in this truck, that was not it. Wrapping up the list is the BMW M240i. Now you might say, hey, what's up with that? You guys like sports cars. This one did not get our blood pumping. Not like Porsches, not like the Ford GT. This vehicle was it was kind of boring. One of our senior editors remarked that it was a sanitized experience. That is not how you want to feel behind the wheel of a sports coupe. So there you have it, the Autoblog best and worst cars of 2017.